It's like, it's him wearing the same gear every time. Put this on. We're going to take a picture. You know the drill. Spread your cheeks and lift your sack.
He's first arrested him July 6th for allegedly cutting his neighbor's cable and air conditioning line.
Remember that one? That was the video of him walking up to the resident. They had cameras. That's what got the ball rolling. For some reason, this dope decided to be a good idea to cut the neighbor's air conditioning line in the cable.
On July 17th, he was pulled over for drunk driving and given an alcohol tether. He was arrested for a bond violation then a few days later. Right now, he remains in jail for this latest charge. Portage police have named Lockhart a person of interest in his wife's disappearance. Teresa, a teacher in Schoolcraft, hasn't been seen since May 18th. None of the charges Christopher is facing, though, are connected to Teresa's disappearance. Of course, this is a story that we will continue to follow. At the live desk, Marley Ginter, 24-Hour News 8.
Most people, I'm not saying that, that he did have anything to do with it, but if he did, most people try their hardest to be out of the spotlight.
Lay low.
You don't do everything under the sun to wind up back in jail. Are you serious?
Right.
Meanwhile, all sorts of advocacy groups have been still looking for this lady, Teresa Lockhart.
Apparently they put up new missing person sign just like this weekend.
Did he destroy him?
Yeah, maybe.
Did he vandalize him? This idiot.
Apparently his hearing is going to be August 10th, so maybe he'll try to stay out of prison until August 10th.
Now, in my opinion only, he did have something to do with the disappearance of her. And
it's getting harder and harder to say that he didn't.
well, you go back to the whole business of he has not assisted in the locating of her. The eyewitnesses, the neighbors across the street who have cell phone video of him saying terrible things to her, threatening manner. In like a domestic dispute, and not to mention not cooperating with the police in any way.
Absolutely not. He didn't let them in the house,
No,
right?
they had to get a search warrant for this guy's place.
You know how you look innocent? By letting the cops come in and search your house.
Right.
How did they not find Teresa yet? It's incredible.
Well, you know how it is, man. I mean, there's cases in West Michigan that we've talked about that who are missing persons.
Yeah.
The young lady in Muskegon.
Oh, what was her name?
Because it was the serial killer.
Yeah, the serial killer.
We're still waiting on that thing.
That should be starting up soon too, I think. But yeah, I mean, who knows? Do we know what?
Here we go. That's it.
Yeah. Do we know what Mr. Lockhart did?
What he does for a living?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
He didn't work at like a crematory, did he?
I don't think so. No, I don't think he burned bodies for a living.
Okay.
Because you're right. That would be the first place to look.
Well, the reason that came to mind was they have a new theory on Jimmy Hoffa. They think that there was like a mobster who owned a funeral home in that area in West Bloomfield, and the theory right now is that he was taken directly to get cremated. There's no point in looking for his body anymore because he is long gone. This dude wrote a book. I thought it was. How long did we get on Jimmy Hoffa? Oh, yeah, crematory.
You remember this story? We had a story yesterday, and I don't know what time of the day we actually got into it, but it's worth playing again because we have an update for you. So, first of all, listen to this.
Grand Rapids man and his girlfriend set out to do a good deed, but instead had $3,000 worth of their belongings stolen. Joseph Alexander says they set out 3 donation items on their front lawn, everything that didn't sell in their yard sale.